Pretty solid, pretty solid. Getting it in, figuring out how to get it in and getting it done, you know. Shout out to each and every one of you for being here. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for watching the massacre for Bitcoin. A little bit of pump back up into the action, but we'll see what happened. Honestly, I've had my LUNC crush, and that actually has been banging on them despite, I mean, it's not a big, but it's up 12%. I mean, despite the entire bloodbath of the market, pretty insane. Shout out to each and every one of you kicking it with me. If you're kicking it with me today, you are a soldier of crypto. You are here in the bloodbath, ready to go. Let me move myself a little bit over there. Shout out to each and every one of you. Shout out to Marv, my computer. Hey, if you want a beautiful computer, I do highly suggest the AMD W6800 Pro, baby. Pro graphics. Then you got to get the good RAM. Look, that RAM turns colors. Colorful RAM. We got it all there. This computer is absolutely beautiful. That's Marv, brought to you by Marv, brought to you by my team. Shout out to my whole team. Shout out to Zeno, JB, all the way from Scotland Yards. Appreciate each and every one of you for coming on in. We're taking a look at BOOKMAP. We're taking a look at the overall price of Bitcoin, 19,200 on average throughout the world. That's the average. Usually gives you a little bit of hopium price there. It's usually about like $100 lower in reality. This is a Monday, so you're going to have heavy volatility on Monday. Shorts are getting squeezed as we begin. Look like we have volatility all the way up to 19,500. A lot of liquidity up there too. So it's looking like we're going to hit that area, highly likely 19,005. Look at the glob up there. I mean, thousands of Bitcoins waiting to be bought. I see 233, I see 173, I see 300. I'm going to put the lemon into the water. Let's get this party started. I'm going to put the lemon into the water to get this party started. And you know, this week we did our weekly screen share with Zoom, and we didn't have the mic problem on for the first time in a year. We didn't have the mic issue. Start meeting takes over the back end of your audio interface and leaves it, and then takes days for it to linger off. The strangest thing I've ever seen. We don't deal with that anymore. Cheers to that. I'm super excited. And shout out to everybody here on the live. Let's jump into Bitcoin. Everyone wants to know what's happening with Bitcoin. What are we seeing here on the screen? This is BOOKMAP. BOOKMAP is showing me where the liquidity is. Okay, if you would like access to this. For instance, right now I can find Bybit, OKX, and Binance Futures, and I can see the conglomerate, the amalgamated liquidity on the exchanges. You can see there's far more liquidity up here at 19,003, 19,002. Remember, that is that weekly resistance now because it was weekly support. So if we can't get back above 19,300, we should continue to short the market. That's going to be a mainstay because that was our weekly support and resistance, if you remember correctly. All right. Okay, let's jump into the chat. Let me make sure everything's going kosher. How is the audio? How is the visuals? How are we doing? Do I look good enough? Am I dressed well enough for you? Am I dressed well enough? Do I need something different? Should I get like, you know what I need? I need a pocket watch with the thing here. I'll get that next time. I greatly apologize for not having a pocket watch on here. That is my bad. And I know a lot of people probably are going to unsubscribe now. I'm so sorry. I'll get the pocket watch. You can, when you see it, you can subscribe again. So you can watch until you see it, then you can come back in. I totally understand if you're disgusted with me right now. I totally get it. And I apologize from the bottom of my heart. I will have a pocket watch next time with the chain ready to go, 14 karat. Or do you want white gold, rose gold? Rose gold? Is that what you guys want? A bow tie would be ill. People want the bow tie. They keep asking for the bow tie and the suspenders. I guess we're going to have the suspenders and the bow tie might have to come out. I've never really done that look. I'm a little more GQ for that, but we'll take a look. I like the colors of your suit. Life fire. Shout out to Sean. Sean, I love you. I like the colors of your eyes, Sean. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Oh, man. Wow. So let's take a look. So this morning I said, you know, can we get a miraculous short squeeze? If not, it's more likely Bitcoin comes back down to the downside here. But look, this is an inverted head and shoulder. And we did discuss that, right? And remember, that's the measured move of the inverted head and shoulder. Who here heard me call this an inverted head and shoulder? Because it is, even if you don't realize it is. But it's horrible. Absolutely horrible. Beautiful that we broke above this resistance at 18,800. But, you know, it is, you know, this is heavy resistance up here now. I just want you to know I love you, brother. Hope you're feeling better. Shout out to Ace PR, my man, with a $5 super chat. No, I feel way better. Literally, I just started sneezing a lot. I got pollinated. You know what it is? A lot of leaves start falling off the trees, right? So a lot of stuff in the trees that's been up there all the time starts coming down, and I am surrounded by trees. And yesterday, I think I just like wiped my hand on the back of like my porch deck, and I like touched my nose, and next thing you know, I was breathing in pollen spores, and it was over for me. You need a grill for that smile. Shout out to Kevin Law. Thank you so much. Every now and then, I put a stream through the surround system, banging on them. Shout out to Gregory the Sniper. Thank you. I mean, we're bringing you, we bring this to you with a Rode Mixer Pro. You know what I'm saying? We got it all here. Professional audio, no joke. This microphone's $400 or $500 mic. No games here. And I even go anal with my XLR cables. I want to make sure I have high-end XLR. Like, I don't buy that cheap XLR garbage. You know? That's right. That's right. Okay, so that was an inverted head and shoulder that broke to the upside right there. And you just played the pattern and nothing else, you would have been able to get that gimme. Okay? Just want to point that out. I point a lot of stuff out. Doesn't mean I hit it every time. I'm not perfect. People seem to think just because I'm good at TA, right, that I have to be 100%. I mean, no man is 100%. So take a deep breath and realize, wait, Lifer can't be 100%. No man is. Oh. So I can never get mad at him if he makes a bad call because he can't be 100%. One day he's going to make a call that's a little off. I mean, he's as good as can be. But one day he's not, because is he a robot? Is he a bot? And even a bot isn't 100%. So we haven't seen 100% yet in the markets because, the market is a moving image of space and time. It's always reacting to itself. It's the snake biting its tail. It never is what it is. It is what it wants to be as it's moving into that. And it's never actually one thing. It's forever moving 24/7. It's like a molecular structure that never actually forms one form. It's always forming into another form. It's kind of mind-blowing if you think about it. Are we saying this pump is a fake out? I mean, anything could be anything. 18,800 was significant resistance. If we can stay above that, that could be, we do have a high volume node that we broke above there, sticking out. Usually we'll head up to this one, 19,454. I believe that's why we got the liquidity kind of trying to range us up there. Zoom back in here and we do see continuation of the short liquidations. 14K, 9K, 40K on our way up into the high zones of liquidity at 19,450, which does coincide with this here right here on my, so if you use the VRVP in conjunction with BOOKMAP, I mean, you'll become pretty awesome, in my opinion, at trading. That alone will up the entire game you have. Those two combined will change the game. This is a free indicator. This may cost $20, $30 a month, but I think it is worth every single penny. Get Global or Global Plus at BOOKMAP. And I know I push BOOKMAP like a showmaster, but I'm telling you, I use it all the time, and you can see how well it comes through. So, hey, join my trading group. We'll talk about it. We post BOOKMAP all the time, right? That's another thing. Join my trading group. Ride on all the awesome things that I have. I have token metrics. I have so many tools, tips, and tricks for you that you won't see anywhere else. All right? Like my token metrics account, which, you know what? I never share it. But you know what? Because we're in a bear market and people are going through some tough times, I'm going to show you what you get in the trading group. And listen, I never do this, but today you're going to get it. I'm just dropping gems if I can actually get there. I'm going to sign into my token metrics account and I'm going to post live what I post to my trading group. They have access to token metrics, okay? Because they're riding with me every single day and I don't play games. So I go to KuCoin. I want to see what's hot. Up 10%. KuCoin's the hottest one. You can see, look, no other really exchange is holding it down. KuCoin, 10% gains. Nothing else is beating the markets but KuCoin. That's why I trade KuCoin, baby. There's a reason. UOS and Ultra. Talking about Ultra a lot. Meter governance token on the radar. So look, and Cosmos too has been hot. Chainlink as well. These are on the radar. Cosmos was just 10, 11, 12 bucks. It's still sitting at $15 despite Bitcoin. Was the only thing that went up last night. So what I do is if you're in my trading group, I post token metrics every single morning, every single Monday at the beginning of the week and the daily so you can see what's happening. All right? So you get access. This costs me $90 a month. You see what I'm saying? And you get access to it just being in my group. And I'll be honest, to tell you honestly, token metrics is amazing. Machine learning. that can find out what has the highest chance of possibly making a bit of a move, no matter what, bear or bull market, token metrics. And I'm not saying I just blindly trade token metrics. I do my own TA. We find our own gems, but it's nice to add token metrics to the squad. So you get this. Honestly, this costs you money right now that you're seeing. I'm gonna even go into the ratings for you. Hold on, I'm gonna go to the ratings real quick. What did I do over here? Absolutely love token metrics. Caspa, Phoenix Global. Look at this. Cavolend, Velos, AirSwap, Osmosis. And you'd be like, things that you may not, and look, they're bearish on Meter and Chainlink, but they're bullish on AirSwap, Velos, Cavolend. So make sure you're looking at this and see what we're most bullish on. Tokenized exchange, TKX, never heard of it, see? I love Asma. And look, I'm talking about PHB, Phoenix Global. That's on my radar too as well. So just things to think about. OAX too. So, hey, you just got free token metrics. You never know what you're going to get here on the channel. I'm a loving guy. If I could come and give you a big hug and make you feel good today, I would. I would ring your doorbell and give you free hugs. All right? So my trading style is all about making the flag. That's a flag right now. I mean, it's a rising wedge. Rising wedges do break down, but it's not too bad. It is a flag with a pole. Issue is we're a little high on the stochastics, but doesn't mean we can't continue to pump if the short squeeze is there. I do see more liquidity up in the zone, and we're likely to go up here and get rejected by this area because we broke this high volume node, and even this area here we got above. So this is kind of our next magnetized area that we're likely to go to for Bitcoin. All right. So that's Bitcoin in a nutshell right now. We'll watch this closely, right? See if we can get, obviously this is still, look, that's a bit of a rising wedge. You see it? And they do break down 68% of the time. So don't be surprised if this gets all the way up and then takes a dump right back down to 18,500. All right? That's 68% chance that's happening. Okay? Gods did bang on him. I was able to learn so much from you by just watching the stream. I was able to predict the pump and make some money on that pump. I steal with the eyes. Really love you, man. You're awesome. Hey, man, that's the key. Strax. I don't know. I messed up there, but appreciate you with the love, man. Thank you. See what this man just said? There's opportunity everywhere in the world if you open up your mind and open up your eyes and take advantage of what's out there. If you learn anything from me, learn that opportunity is always abound and there is always something to be had. There is no such thing as failure, only feedback. Every single time. There is no such thing as failure, only feedback. Mark my words, baby. Mark my words. Like, look, Bolt, BTC, went up a nice 14% last night. Algo BTC went up a nice 9%. Atom BTC beating up on Bitcoin. You see? And look, we've talked about Algo BTC, Engine BTC, FET BTC. You see there's a lot of green in the Bitcoin markets. Let's take a look at ES1. Let's open it up. See what's happening. I'm looking at Sol BTC on the 15-minute. Look at that. And a bit of a flag here. Might want to do some damage. All right. Just a little damage here. Just a little bit. If you stay tuned towards closer to the middle of the stream, I got an altcoin that I believe is looking tasty. 567 people on the live, 228 likes. Can I get the likes up to the watchers? I would be so humbled and grateful. God, thank you so much for the 228 people that are here. Could we have some more people that keep continuing to hit that like button so we can grow as a community and grow as an educated place and make as many millionaires as we can? Amen. Thank you, dear Lord, for everything you've given me in this life. I'm so grateful for my life. I'm so grateful for the legs that I have to walk to the bathroom this morning, the air that I breathe, my beautiful child that made me laugh, my wife to work out with me, my workout partner, my business partner, and each and every one of you that are here in front of your computer, sitting here, supporting me, supporting you. I'm here to try to bring you up. You're here to try to bring me up. And together, we do that every single day, baby. And, it's more than, I could sit here and act like it's more than, it's not, it's just technical analysis, but it isn't. It's a life, baby. I'm living, I'm breathing, you're living, you're breathing. Together, we are sharing an existence at the present moment. And I can't negate that fact. I have to also like breathe that into the live stream and make that a feeling, right? That the fact that we are alive today, we are blessed today, and we have an opportunity ahead of us. Bear market, bull market, anything is possible if we keep our mind open-minded and we keep ourselves going. If we think there's nothing happening, then nothing's happening. Your mind creates every opportunity in your life. Your mindset is your creation. So create it. Build your own reality with this. Don't let anyone inside. Don't let governments inside. Don't let advertisements inside. Don't let, false ideas inside. Don't let brainwash, find your way. And how, if you are brainwashed, if you're stuck, because you may be, because it happened to me. It happened to a lot of people, especially in a big city. Go find nature. Get to nature. Nature will cleanse you. Nature's not trying to sell you anything. Nature's not trying to brainwash you. Nature is only trying to bring you back down to to even frequency, so you can then build yourself back up. If you're low, it'll build you back up. If you're too high, it'll reset you down. Nature will bring you to the best place possible so you can then build your frequency to the highest place possible. All right. Stick it to the man. We are the future cryptonaires. We are. Shout out to Roddy Robinson. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. 300 likes. I love y'all. I have an altcoin I'm really going to show you that looking like it may pop today despite the market. You may want to look at it. I'm going to talk about it in a little while. If we get up to 500 likes, we have 300 now. Let's get up to 500 likes. We can have some fun. Take a barefoot walk in the grass. Amen, my friend. Amen. Don't do it while you're mowing the lawn, though. So look, a lot of the market is oversold on the daily and the 22. Expecting some type of bounce. Like, look at FET. FET, you want to look for things that are holding, FET is actually still holding against BTC. See that? FET Bitcoin. And Fetch AI is making a comeback. I heard someone say it just the other day. I think it was super chatted. I think they were like, Fetch AI, baby. Just on my radar. I'm not saying this is guaranteed. It's on my radar. We could also be looking at something like this. This is Monday. Remember, False Move Monday. They'll pound you for making the wrong decision. Just be careful. Shout out to Tom Crypto. Going to ride my bike today at the nature park. That's so awesome, man. Life has been rough lately. I found myself coming here for the positivity as much as the TA. I love that, man. Oh, man, I made my honey garlic spare ribs last night. First time. Killed it. Oh, gosh. Why are you telling me that? Honey garlic spare ribs? Oof. I don't eat pork, but if they were beef, dude, but who cares? Honey garlic is my favorite. Oh, man. That's making my mouth water right now. I got to drink some water. Honey garlic spare ribs. Shout out to East Jordan. Chefing it up, man. When am I coming through to eat? Damn. I don't like to say damn anymore either. Dang. I change it with dang. Hey. Daily looking like we can still get smacked in the face. Lemon Squad. Shout out to the Lemon Squad. Vegetarian all the way. Let's look at the ETH markets. Same thing. Look at BAX banging up on ETH. ADB banging up on ETH. Atom banging up on ETH for the lot. Look at that. Atom has been the key to gaining more Bitcoin and ETH recently. Atom has been the key. It's been the coin. It really has. STEPWATCH. Funny. Someone asked, I think someone did ask about this earlier yesterday, right? And I was like, man, it's at the bottom of its barrel. Maybe not, though, but I think someone did. Dude, Atom 3L. That was a dope look. That came down. But look, it double bottomed here and bounced off this POC. So if you just play the VPVR a lot, honestly, it's pretty interesting what it does. You could almost just restructure this. Like, did it do, broke out, broke back in. Interesting. But Atom 3L was a hot one. PLGR, which is interesting. I had it originally in this. It came all the way back down. Wicked off the 886 to the 786 fib. And after that, look, that's just nuts. Skyrocketed. Pledge. I call it PLGR. Pledge. Ape 3L getting a bit of a bounce, man. It took a massive dump to the downside. USTC. As I said before last night, I don't like to open tons of trades Sunday night into Monday morning. It's too volatile for me. Too much up and down, too risky. I'm not saying I won't do it. I have traded those days if there's an apparent trade. But most of the time, I just like to see it, what happened, let the dust settle, begin to build the trades into the afternoon and into Tuesday. you know, and that's kind of, you'll see a habit of me doing that. Once we into a bull run, it's a bull run. It does not matter, you know. But here's the winner chicken dinner. I mean, you can see this beautiful cup and handle, and this thing banged, and it went up 16% despite the market. And we've been talking about it since it hit this bullish divergence, this inverted head and shoulders since around here, LUNC, right? It's been the only coin that I was like harping on. And you'd be like, oh yeah, if you post enough. But no, I've been talking about LUNC for how many days now? 5, 6, 7, 8 days straight. I've had like a love affair with this thing, and it is at resistance. It didn't get above the 3.2, but you know, it's funny. LUNC, one of the only few coins, and like the market isn't too red for such a slam day. Like Bolt up 15%, LBP. Let's take a look at Bolt. We had it in this falling wedge, could break to the upside. It did, went all the way here. Bang, bang, bang. Bolt, 32%. There's always money in this market. Dude, FKX just continues to bang on you. That's insane. Fort Knoxter, a coin I really like. You can see how much it's up. So look, the market's dumping, but this thing is just up 226% on a parabolic rise. You see what I'm saying? So if we open up our minds, if we stay focused, if we let the dust settle, we let the ups and downs happen in the market, and we keep our mind focused, and we continue to grind. And as a team, think about, we're a team. We have 800 traders still in the trading group. Strong. We got all the way up to almost 900. We lost some people in this rush. You know, people got obsessed with coins, didn't listen, got pounded, got wrecked, decided that they couldn't handle it. It happens. We can't take every single person with us. Not everyone's going to listen. Not everyone's going to stay disciplined. But I'm telling you right now, 80 to 90% of you do, and the group is strong. And we're going to make it because we have such a strong group. The group is the reason we're going to make it. You see what I'm saying? We've joined heads. Like, it's like we're ready to rock. It's a mastermind at this point. Too many people looking at the market. Too many people know when to go short. Too many people looking at Bitcoin. Too many indications. Too many people have taken the beginner's course for me. Too many people have gotten educated. There's just too many educated people in one place. That trading group is becoming a very special place for me, for everyone. I mean, it always has, but now as the value continues to grow, I'm amazed. So shout out to everyone that helped me build the trading group to where it is. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. So I am looking at this for a possible move. Hen C4, Heinz 4, I don't even know what you want to call it. Heinz 4. It is in a bit of a cup and handle. Could it bounce? It bounced here, holding the zone. It's very risky, brand new coin. So just, you know, that's not the coin I'm talking about. 342 people, 579 on the live. Can we get the likes up to the watchers? I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. I assure you, having 800 eyes and ears in the bull run is priceless. Oh my God, it's amazing. Like, you won't, like, when looking at the volume profiles, not looking at the additional confluence is an ideal long entry at the POC, retesting POC coming down from the value area high. Exactly what you said. Exactly. Amazing. Thanks for giving us your all-lifer. We are thankful and blessed to have you here every day. Shout out to Trevor TVA, man. If you're serious about trading, you are in the 99. Shout out both Jamie, man. Shout out to everybody here on the live, and shout out to my whole crew and team. Someone was asking about One Earth last night. It got a bit of a punch out. Look at that. Last few hours. ETH trying to make a bounce. This is a slight bounce back to the upside for the market. Let's take a look at total, and let's take a look at ES1. We want to look at the S&P mini futures. All right. So, you know, I said this is a falling wedge. Falling wedges break up 68% of the time. 68% chance that this could break to the upside, right? 1 hour still has legs and continuing, and we got a breakout. And you know, honestly, we just broke this trend slightly here, the lower one from the bottom. That, you know, could bring it up and say we're still in the bigger trend, which is sad, but so far so good. Can we get above this resistance? And it's all one step at a time. So if we get above 39.06, that could be a resting area. We could kind of maybe have some type of hope. We're getting above this high volume node, and you know, when we do that, we usually head all the way back to the next one, you know. Near 3L is banging on them, up 60% in a trade last night, and there's bullish divergence on the 4 hour. Can you take a look at it? Thank you. Shout out to Jason Riggs in the house. Are you running any rigs, Jason? Are you running any rigs? That's rude, right? Shout out to everyone. Thank you so much, Jason Riggs, for the 433. And look, boom. I love watching the balls jump around in the jar. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. Bang, bang, bang. We'll take a look at what he asked about right off the bat. Why not? It's normally we're running through Bitcoin. Some days it's like Bitcoin, Bitcoin, Bitcoin. Can't see through the trees. It's tough. Let's take a look at near 3L. Who here is ready for 10K and can handle it and is okay? Who here knows that anything is possible and we could go up or down no matter what? Who here says to them every single day that anything is possible? Super chats. Near 3L. So look, I got near 3L in this falling wedge, possibly banging on them up 163%. I looked at it on the daily, and the daily looks like it's ready to go. I was talking about this. I believe I must have pointed this out yesterday. Did I point it out to the trading group? Let me take a look here. When I may or may have posted this. Yeah, so I posted this yesterday at 9 o'clock, right? Falling wedge oversold in the daily, 22-hour, 4-hour, and 1-hour, waiting for the 15-minute and Bitcoin. But this thing, this thing banged on them regardless. So let's take a look. I posted this last night at 9 o'clock at night. Let's take a look what it did. Every 15 minutes. So that's 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. So ever since I really posted this, so somehow I hit gains last night in the trading group. Like, shout out to anyone that jumped on into my post last night at 9 p.m. How I hit an L token while Bitcoin dumped in our faces. You tell me. But all I did was look at my system. My system identified along. I'll tell you, man, I don't trade on emotions. My emotions would have told me to run for the hills and not to open anything. My system said, hey, post, this is a high value probability trade. And look, we made 23% overnight. I mean, that's nuts. That makes no sense to me. Look, that's 12 o'clock at night right there. I posted this somewhere here at about 9 at night. And why did I post this? Let's go back in time. What was I looking at so you can learn? It's one thing to wave gains in someone's face. It's another thing to show exactly how you made the gains so they could maybe figure out what you were doing. I could die tomorrow. So what I do is I use the replay tool and we go back in time. And we look at like around the time I was posting here. That would have been on, 23. So that would have been at 21 around 9 o'clock, right? 9 o'clock is 21, yeah. So I was posting right around here. And the 15-minute was high, see? So I was saying right here. Actually, let me, I want to be cool about, so watch. And this is my trading style in a nutshell. So I'm looking at the 15-minute high, but I looked at the 1 hour. It was low and curving, ready to bang. I was like, wow, that's interesting. I looked at the 4 hour. It was low, ready to move. I looked at the 22 hour. I said, that's very low. I looked at the daily. It was curving. I said, man, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I said to my trading group, I said, falling wedge, oversold in the daily, the 22 hour, the 4 hour, and the 1 hour. I said, I'm just waiting on the 15. So what I do is I put alerts on the 15-minute. You go back to the 15, and I'm waiting for the 15-minute to come back down on the stochastics. This is how beautiful my system is. It's like you become a magician. You feel like a magician because price does exactly what you say, and then it goes exactly where you want, and then you're like, oh. And you wake up in gain. You wake up in the money, even though the whole market's whack. People in my trading group woke up in gains to this trade. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to boast. I'm just being honest. If being honest sounds boastful, then we work so hard that the rest of the world gets jealous. I don't know. So look, we came down the 15-minute reset. We did get this low. We hit this yellow line. That was entry time, right? Look, swing down to swing down, swing up to swing up. There was a strong bullish divergence here. You can see it. And bullish divergence, lo and behold. And you play this baby and you're in the money. And you're in the money, 23% overnight. Right now, it's actually still holding the gain. You can see clear as day, right? Only thing I really posted last night. I did not overpost last night. I don't go hard on a Sunday night, yesterday at 9 p.m. So if you're in the trading group, you would have been privy to this gain, all right? You would have been privy to the gain. And again, I'm not a signals group. I'm not telling you buy this right now, and I don't tell anyone what to buy or sell. I teach you divergence. I teach you stochastics. I teach you multiple time frames, and then I point it out, and I say, hey, look at this. You should go and put your own system to this, and if you like it, and if it makes sense, right? I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken here as financial advice. I'm simply just a self-taught technical analyst that happens to find gains every single day, no matter what the market looks like. Hey, you tell me. I'm surprised. I didn't think I was going to be here talking about this today. When I woke up this morning, I saw Bitcoin, right? My mom was just like, I didn't think I was going to come out and talk about near 3L, banging on them to the upside, because it's not what I think. Because if I do what I think, a lot of things won't go well. You see what I mean? That's your emotions. That's fake emotions acting real. We can't use our emotions and what we think, what we feel, what we believe when trading. We have to use the charts. We have to do what the charts tell us to do. Many, many times, the charts will tell you to open a trade when you think it's ridiculous and it doesn't make any sense. You trust the gut, and lo and behold, you end up in a different place. So I just, it's crazy how it works out, but it does. Can I get a like for the moves, man? Can I get the likes all the way up to 600 people? We pulled a gain out on the crappiest day of the market. Excuse my language. Can we get the likes up to the watches? What else do we got to do here? I'm not lying. This isn't smoke and mirrors. I'm not trying to sell you Bybit. Wait. Let's give you a $4,000 Bybit. Hey, when you hit the link, my name's Crypto. I'm CryptoBeZ. Whatever they call themselves. I'm CryptoBeZ. Hit the link to get a 4,000 Bybit limit. Anyway, I'm teaching every single day, giving away exactly how I made a gain. No one does that. Anyway, who cares? You see what it is. I'll stop talking and just do it. Live by example. Live by example every single day. Sam, did you work out this morning? Did you get that pump, man? I don't really pump, so to speak, but I worked out hard. I was on the floor doing shoulder lifts with one hand, with one foot, right? I'm in a bridge, lifting the right hand and the left foot at the same time, vice versa. I'm doing burpees. I'm doing squats with jump ups, which are called standing handstands, whatever. Yeah, I did a lot of stuff. I was doing these. You know what I'm saying? Bringing these in. I was working out, man. I was getting it in. If you can't tell, I'm at a stand-up desk. You know what I mean? This is ridiculous. I'm watching this right now. It's absurd. Anyway, so we hit gains in our sleep, regardless of the market. Bang, bang, bang. And I did not overpost last night. There wasn't a lot I wasn't going to overpost. The market didn't look too good. So, shout out to anyone that jumped into near 3L for gains, baby. For gains. Let's take a look at PHNXY. Phoenix Dow, right? This looks bullish to me, and it's actually holding the zone compared to the rest of the market. I like what this is doing. It should have dumped with Bitcoin, did not. Held the bottom trend line. I've been talking about this for a few days now. This also has some movement. Getting oversold in the 4-hour, could go sideways for a while, showing signs of just and it could dump in 2 seconds. Just remember, always have a stop loss. This could just dump in 2 seconds just to this lower liquidity zone. I wouldn't be surprised. Anything is possible, right? Especially in this type of market. However, we are getting tighter and tighter, and a big move is coming for this up or down. Something is going to happen, right? At PHNX, it's getting close to the zone. So that is not the coin of the night that I want to discuss. So keep hitting that like button. We can get to 500 likes. I'm going to be able to show you some things. I'm going to sprinkle in some knowledge. Telling you right now, we hit near 3L last night. What are we going to hit tonight? You never know. Stay informed. Stay focused. The focused man gets the fish, baby. Remember that. The focused man gets the fish. It's the man who stays there and keeps his rod in the water and continues to throw his bait onto the hook. That's the person. The focused man gets the fish. If you're all over the place, you're not going to get the fish. All right? So if you want the fish, you got to stay focused. The 3 Ds. Get the desire to change your life. Then get the discipline to continue to do it on days you don't feel like it. Then stay dedicated because you love it. And then keep the determination no matter what gets in your way. Stay determined to win. Persistence beats resistance every single time. Let me say that again. Persistence beats resistance every single time. Remember, the water made the Grand Canyon. Be the water. You will defeat anything in your path if you continue to flow. Flow is the key to that answer. How do you flow? With frequency. Water has a frequency. You have a frequency. You want to live at a high frequency so you can flow at a high frequency. A lot of people listen to this and like, I'm going to change your life. I'm going to rebuild your subconscious mind. Join the trading group. It's more than a trading group. It's a mindset. It's a lifestyle. It's the way of the lifer. If you want to live the way of the lifer, jump on into the 99. I'll change the way you think and feel every single day. Cheers to the lemon water drinkers here. Shout out to every single one that's following their dreams, going after what they do and not listening to someone telling them what to do. I didn't go to work for somebody else today. I woke up and started my business. Start your business today. Grind for yours, baby. Nobody's going to do it but you. And nobody knows how great you are but you. Remember that. I needed this. I needed someone to tell me that when I was depressed, when I was down. I needed someone to grab me through the microphone, to grab me through that camera lens. I don't care whether it was YouTube. I don't care what I was watching. I needed the motivation. So if you're out there right now and you hear my voice, know that I was lost. I was depressed. I was not always found. And it's still a battle every single day. And that's why I work out. And that's why I drink the lemon water. And that's why I have a beautiful wife to support me. And all these beautiful blue people and everyone here on the live stream. Thank you so much for every single person here. I love you all. Can we get the likes up to the watchers, please? And can we get motivated to change our lives? It's more than crypto. All right? Shout out to each and every one of you for being here. I love you all. Cheers. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Enough is enough. There's opportunity everywhere. There's no reason to sit on your hands. There is no reason to think that this is just nothing's going on. There's money to be made in this market. There's money in every single scenario. It's up to you to make it happen. It's up to you to create the opportunity. It's up to you to grab that brass ring every single day of your life. If you don't think there's a brass ring, then there isn't a brass ring. You know, I want to leave you with one last thing here, and we're going to get back deep into the charts. I prayed to God for strength, and he gave me more problems to make me stronger. Let me say that again. I prayed to God for strength, and he gave me more problems to make me stronger. I prayed to God for strength, and he gave me more problems to make me stronger. Bang, 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 baby. Come on now. Like, we were looking at EWT. Been a hot coin. All we have to do is readjust this trend line. It's not that different than it used to be. It's actually still holding some of the zone here in the falling wedge. 1 hour, however, is like Bitcoin. Everything's trying to pump up, but how high can we get? All right. We all go through tough times with their mindset, hoping God heals everybody's heart. Shout out to Millennium Wealth. Thank you so much. I like that name, Millennium Wealth. Shout out to Millennium Wealth. Shout out to the real Guatemala. Bang, bang, bang. I see what's happened. God does truly give you what you need. He gave me 99 problems, but he also gave me the 99. So it's working out. Shout out to Emery Moore Thompson. Bitcoin 15-minute getting hot. What are the super chats in the game? It's a good question. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you so much for being here. Funny, this new crew or whoever we got here, not the same crew we've had the last few weeks. The likes usually flood in very, very fast. Trying to get likes from the crew is like, pulling teeth over here. We also tell you, don't worry if you hurt your finger or hitting that like button. We have ice packs and we have little splints for your hand, so don't worry. It's risk-free if you do injure yourself on the way down. You'll be all right. You're going to be all right. You'll make it through. Back to S&P mini futures. So still pumping hard. Getting a bounce, unexpected bounce here to the upside. S&P. The idea is the Fed meeting. February 21st is going to be the Fed meeting. Some people aren't going to trade until after that meeting. They're going to wait to see what the market does. Some people consider that a good idea. And honestly, I wouldn't consider that a bad idea. I see whatever the market gives us, but anything is possible. You know what I mean? Anything is possible. Bang, bang, bang. 485 likes, 15 more likes, and we get up to the coin that I want to talk about. I can't wait. I don't want to not talk about it, so it's definitely something I want to discuss. An interesting market looking way better than expected, way better than expected. So to me, ES1 is at resistance. It did a beautiful double bottom. Look at this. So look. Still somewhat of a shoulder, a head, and a shoulder. Still somewhat of a cup and a handle. Still a higher low, low, high, higher low. You see what I'm saying? So yes and no. You know, we're seeing some. So I'm trying. You know, I'm building up and building down. So what's the bearish scenario? We came all the way up in the daily, and we couldn't make a previous high. You see what I'm saying? Let's look at our weekly chart. We banged up on our weekly, and we were high on the weekly. We came down, lower high on the weekly. So we are unable to break these resistance areas on the weekly chart. And this was the head and shoulder. You can see it's a shoulder, a head, and a shoulder. Dumb. Okay. Bullish on, we had a low, we had a high, we have a higher low. So far, that's an uptrend, right? So you have this beginning, this channel beginning for the S&P. Do we bounce back to the upside? This would be amazing. You know, a lot of fear in the market just to get everyone to sell off to get cheap prices for the people that got money, creating opportunity. 2-week chart also kind of indecision here, but the MACD, you know, wants to eventually get a bit of a cross over time, but not giving us a lot of information. Monthly beat down, telling us that this is, you know, if you like to accumulate long-term trends, every time the monthly got below this dotted line or near it, it was a buying opportunity for the S&P right here, right here, right here, right here, and here we are again. So the whole market's bearish, freaking out. This is when you want to be, you know, somewhat open-minded, and you don't want to just be jumping on the bandwagon. I did open up, you know, Crypto Love's video today. If you watched, he's talking about the fact that there's more people shorting than any time in the world. Like, we have billions of dollars shorting, putting puts on the market, which either the whole market will be right. It'll be the first time in ever that the entire market's right, and everybody gets paid on a short. So, you know, but a lot of times when we see that, there's a topsy-turvy move. So Macaroni slapped that like button for the free knowledge, flying out of the lifer's robot brain on the daily. Shout out to Matt Mitchell, thank you. Shout out to Maddie Mitchell in the game. Shout out to Virginia Mac. Shout out to Abernest. Shout out to Gregory the Sniper, Fidel Escobar. Shout out to Love Learning and everybody here. The lips of wisdom are closed, except to the ears of the understanding. The Kabbalion. Great read. Did you claim your free Oland? Overline emblem. Interesting. Overline. Remember Overline, which was the blockchain without wires? Pretty crazy. Overline. We hustling, baby. Shout out to Vidal. Shout out to Rodley Robinson, David Kendall. Shout out to the whole Blue Crew, East Jordan. Everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you. Trevor TVA, you're my man. Krypton DeFi, my brother. I brought the team. Like 20 of those likes is from your boy. Shout out to Krypton DeFi and the team. Appreciate y'all for coming on in. Shout out to Richard Ducard. I love that name. Shout out to the real Guatama. Shout out to Walter Marafa. Shout out to Jamie Zeno. Appreciate you, Jamie. Might as well make you a moderator after everything, considering, right? Shout out to the real Luis Alvarez, man, my man. Appreciate you for being here, brother. DC, Zeph, everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. 676 people on the live stream. Yeah, baby, yeah. 518 likes. Can we get the likes up to the watchers? I would greatly appreciate it. So ES1, right? 4 hour is, you know, attempting to continue to bounce here. We do see some really nice bullish divergence. Look, swing down to swing down. Swing up to swing up. Last time we had one of these divergences, it was similar to, I remember it was like, well, we had one right here that looked very similar. And we got a nice bounce off of it here. Bang. See how similar they look? I'll take a fractal if you don't believe me. But they look pretty similar, and that was a divergence too. Anyway, so no guarantees, but you do get a bounce off divergence many times. 1 hour already pushing up and at resistance though, so please, S&P futures, for Bitcoin's sake, get above here. Sorry. Let's get above the zone and hold and get a bounce. That would be preferable, all right, for the ES1. So we're watching this W. I'd like to see us not get rejected by this resistance at 3,900. We must get back above it. 15 minutes says we're spent, and we won't unless we get some type of short squeeze here. You know, all time frames are saying we're spent. Even bearish divergence on the 1 minute, which I'm not saying is amazing. You know, I'm not going by it 100%, but I mean it is bearish divvy. Can we break it and get a push up? All time frames getting overbought. 39 seems to be a line in the sand. Nice bounce though. Still a nice bounce, better than nothing. But we're fighting that zone. This is front running Bitcoin. Usually whatever this does, Bitcoin will do immediately after, within seconds to a minute and a half later on. Sometimes you get a little bit of clarity beforehand. So that's why we look at it. We'll take a look at DXY, which is the dollar index. And look, it double topped here again. Could not get above my resistance line at 110.26. And we went over this, right? We talked about it. I said, man, dollar looks like it's going to pump out of this. It can't break through. Look, bounce, bounce. It can't break through this resistance. Now, we have huge bearish divergence here, and says that we should start to dump on almost every. We had bearish divergence on the monthly, on the weekly, on the 2-week, on the daily, on the 4-hour. Like, I've never seen so much bearish divergence in my life. And the dollar just continues to say, okay, I don't care. You know, eventually dropped here, and we want to see it that it never gets back above this high. Very overbought now on the 12-hour time frame. Very overbought. Getting there. Daily, and they still have some legs. But look, the 8-hour, done. You know, it's showing you a bit of an M pattern here that I would love to see break this rising wedge, bearishly retest it, and sayonara sucker down to the downside. You know, many people are saying the dollar is going to go on a parabolic run all the way to 120, and that's its next big resistance is 120 if we zoom all the way back out there. I just know my photographic memory has kept that in my head. So, understand that if the dollar dumps, Bitcoin takes a nice pump. All right? Just remember that. Even the 4-hour getting very overbought. And look, there's bearish divergence here on the 4-hour because if you take this line to this line, that's an uptrend. But down here, it ain't so, baby. Bit of a downtrend. And you could double click and check on that. I mean, that's a forcible downtrend. That's an uptrend. And that's bearish divvy for the dollar. Looks like we're about to dump on the 4-hour, which would give Bitcoin a pump. Back down to this line. And we didn't get above resistance. So this is a good sign that Bitcoin may have a bit of a recovery here while everyone gets bearish and freaks out. You know? That just may have been the rate hike baked in. Rate hike baked into the markets. We got our dump. The fear kind of got taken through. And we can begin to build again. I'm open-minded. I just take it one step at a time. And everyone's like, oh, he's just a constant bull. I'm not a constant bull. I love shorting the market. We've made a lot of money shorting the market. Shorting actually, I like shorting more than I ever thought possible. Honestly, I shorted more in the last 2 years than I ever have. So I did take a liking to it. And when you short, the market moves fast when you short. It really does. So, interesting, you know. We got love for you at 8K Crypto. We got love for you, 8K Crypto. We got love, baby. Jamie is the blue suit of blue suits. He is the watcher. Discord, Telegram, YouTube, always watching. We got love for you, man. Fear and Greed Index 21. I'm buying. I mean, it's a pretty good place to take chunks of Bitcoin off the table, in my humble opinion. So I like to buy here and get my feet wet into BTC. I like to nibble. We could go to 10K. We could go to 8K. I know that. I'm open-minded. That's all right. I'll have some money for that time period too. I'll always keep some money on the sidelines. 15 Bitcoin looks like a cup and handle forming. Or am I crazy? The 15-minute? We'll take a look. Still recall that Luna short on the 1 minute. You were alive too. Soul fire. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Fear and Greed at 21. I'm buying. Love the motivation and the energy. Super motivated. You are the modern version of Zig Ziglar. Believe in yourself. Positivity. Hey, man, we live and die by Zig Ziglar. And, you know, he's someone that I've really been akin to. You know, how do you become successful? Make other people successful. That is how you breed success. To make other people successful. That's it. Send in your super chats for a deep dive spot. Support the stream. Lifer gives his knowledge 7 days a week. Also, if you're lost and you really want a place to start, all right, I do a course. I do a teacher. I teach a class every Tuesday and the last Saturday of every month. It's coming up. So come on in. jump on into class. If it's something that makes you excited and you want to learn the language of the charts, if you want to stick with me, and honestly, there's no commitment. You don't have to join the trading group. It's not months at a time. It's just 2.5 hours. It's $99. If you join the trading group, we give you a discount of 40% for $60. Bang, bang, bang. And why do we do that? Because we want more educated people in the trading group. That simple. The more educated you are, the more are you likely to stay in the trading group. So it benefits me, benefits you, it benefits the entire group. You stay more educated, you help other people. The more people in the group, the more people I can help. I can't tutor 1,000 people a day, but I can open up a learning library and people can ask questions and other people can help other people. So by spreading the love and positivity, I create a room where other people just continue to teach other people. And through that process, we win and we win. 2,033 views, baby. I love the 33. Shout out to each and every one of you for being here. We caught it. It dissipated, but we caught it. So Fear and Green Index in at 21. Not too shabby, right? Something to think about. Okay. DXY getting rejected. Looking bearish on the 4-hour time frame. 1 hour also pushing to the downside. However, not breaking this. Come on. See, this is like Bitcoin and the S&P. They're both like, break this line. I want to see a dump, please. Let's get the dump to the downside, please. For the S&P. Moving average is a little too tight for my liking, but bearish divergence, baby. I'm playing off that bearish divvy, and you can even see it here. On the 1 hour time frame, look, swing down to swing down, swing up to swing up. There's even bearish divergence here. Right there, clear as day. Clear as day. Highly unlikely we get back above 110, at least in the short term. A long term, you never know. 559 likes. Let's take a look at the coin I was looking at. FCON. This thing looks interesting to me. FCON. FCON. Let's take a look at FCON. Space Falcon, baby. Space Falcon. Now, it's in this beautiful flag here. Looks like it wants to do some damage, so it's interesting. I had it on the radar. Getting tight, 21-day moving average. Oversold. MACD showing lack of bearish momentum. Falling volume with falling price, showing the sellers are leaving the market. 4 hour could be flipping back to the upside over here. Take a look at our mini fib, which is wick to wick. We did come all the way down into the kind of a golden pocket wick. We're kind of wicked right off the 618. In a bit of a sweet spot. Battling the 200-day moving average. Can we get above it? Tight moving averages. 21 about to cross through the 50 and the 100, which is a beginning of a golden cross. I like what I'm seeing. Daily time frame a little too high for me. Can we get the scalp is what I'm looking for on the 1 hour time frame. So 15-minute also looking pretty right now for a bit of a move. So I'm looking at this for a possible gainer, 3 to 20%. The smaller you make your goal, I don't mean that. You shouldn't. That's actually not how I think, because it's like I want to make $1 billion, but the more humble you make your gain, your consistent gains, the more apt you're to make consistent gains. That's a great way to say it. So the more humble you make your consistent gains, the more apt you are to make consistent gains. Remember, the daily is against us and is a volatile Monday. This could dump to the downside at any given moment in time. Always have a stop loss. This is just simple probabilities that we're looking at, but FCON has a little bit of je ne sais quoi. That daily would have to flip. Every other time frame is showing signs that it wants to make a bit of a move compared to the rest of the market. So it's oversold in the 15 and the 1 hour time frame, right? We're focused, baby. We do what we do here. We don't listen to trolls. We don't read negative comments, and we stay focused every single day. We're really good at staying positive. I used to get wrapped up in the troll stuff. I really did. Someone would say something, I would half read it. Now my moderators delete it. It doesn't even get to my eyes. We don't let it come in. It just doesn't happen. Just doesn't happen. AGIX was hot. Look at that thing. It banged, and then it gave it all away. XRP flagged out. XRP holding 35 cents. Interesting. ABBC was on my radar as a possible mover. I'll redraw this just to show you what we were doing, but why am I looking at ABBC? Well, first off, I had the fib drawn. Right off the bat, that Fibonacci gave me some signs of life here. coming back into that 618 area, forming. But, you know, actually, that's a descending triangle now, I have to be honest. Starting to form a descender. 50-50 shot that they go up or down. So, not as fun as a falling wedge. I'd like to see it dump a little more and make a falling wedge then, maybe. Something like that, right? It's been on my radar because the daily's been oversold for days now. Days. And all the few times I played it, we got little pops out of it. So I've been looking at it closely. It's been, you know, it's strong compared to most coins. You know, it's in a falling wedge that could break to the upside. So it stays on my, I won't be surprised when it pops, but it's just taking a lot of patience to try to corral that one. Not easy. Pawn on the radar. Possible move. It did actually move. 68%. It wicked all the way up 36. Still holding like tiny gains, really right back at the entry point. But pawn did break out a little bit. Interesting enough. Electronium popped out of that flag, but gave it all back away too. Remember, it's Monday. Be easy on Monday. Don't go too hard. Bond's still in this falling wedge, ready to pop. It's interesting. Home market's down. Bond is maybe finding its low point here. Daily does want to move. You're lacking like sell momentum. Bond. Possible move of 200% gains for Bond too. I wouldn't trade that today. I wouldn't trade a lot of this stuff today. I'm being honest with you. Okay? I'd love to say, yeah, I'm going to trade it all, man. But I'm an honest guy. It's not going to do much for me. Right? I want you to be here in a few days. ONSTON is in a cup and handle. You see that? And it's in a falling wedge here. Extremely beat up on the daily time frame as well. ONSTON. You can take a Fibonacci on this one, wick to wick. And you can see you're in the golden pocket right now, which is 706 area 2. AC zoom back into the 4-hour time frame. This is interesting. ONSTON on my radar. Tight moving averages. Daily. So, you know, this is something like, I'll be like, I don't want to trade it, but it's looking so tight. And it has such bullishness going for it. It double bottomed. It's got low liquidity. No one really knows about it. So the only people, that's why it's not reacting as much to Bitcoin, you know. I definitely want to be nice enough to put it on your radar. You see? Shout out to Love Learning. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat. And let's watch those balls jump into the jar. Boom. Love that. Thank you so much for the love. Appreciate it. So ONSTON on the radar too as well. ONSTON. And so it's in the golden pocket fib. Right? Falling wedge. Oversold all the big time frames. It's worth taking a look at. There's no guarantees. Like, nothing I say is a guarantee. I always want to put that out there. I'm not a financial advisor. I say this every day. Nothing I say should be taken as such. I'm just a guy going over the charts over and over again, showing you that, like, you know, I want to teach you what a falling wedge is. I want to teach you how to draw Fibonacci. I want to teach you what these, what the moving averages are when they get tight. How when the 200-day and the price action begin to touch each other, you're usually at a bottom if the stochastics is also below the dotted line. These are confluence. These are things that you want to understand. They will come into play later on in life if you stick with us and you continue to trade. What I teach you will stick with you for the rest of your life. You're not going to lose it. It's not like a coat that you can leave at a store or, you know, on the floor somewhere. You're going to be able to have this knowledge for the rest of your life if you stay focused. But you got to stay focused. Okay? STEPWATCH continues to pump. Or no, did it dump? No, yeah, the thing continues to fly. Look at that. You got to look at small time frames to track anything that's moving like this. And really, that was it. Funny, there's a W. See how it's a double bottom? They can be slanted. They don't got to be perfect. That says you get to go up even more. Wow, that's crazy, right? And look, that's in 5 minutes, 5%. 1% a minute is what keeps the doctor away. That's amazing. Could almost extend it even bigger and say it's even bigger, you know? That would give it a bigger measured move because you'd have to lengthen your, you know? And now you got two ideas here. I love watching stuff like this and see if it plays out. Wow, Ape3L just banged on him for 33% gains. Comb's been hot on our radar. Despite the market, Comb has been pumping. So Comb, you want to be like, well, why is Comb up? You know, Comb did recently pump though, so the daily's a little high. I'd wait for the daily to cool off. That's the one thing. PSL, man, I'll never forget this one. I'll always remember this double bottom play. Wow. FRR was the one that looks just like it, if I remember correctly. Do I have the photographic memory? I do. Look at that. And I remember exactly what coin looks. And look, this is just unfazed, looking a lot. This looks exactly like Pastel. All right. It's like identical. That's why I have it sitting here. I'd be so surprised if this doesn't make a move, but you know, still waiting. And these are almost like experiments. Like, this is interesting. Like, we hit this, you got to give us GOAT status. You know what I mean? Like, that's GOAT status. Bang. Especially in this market. But that's double bottom ready to rock. And all the time frames want to rock with us. Falling volume with falling price suggests that the sellers have disappeared. When the sellers leave, you really only have one thing to do, and that's reverse back to the upside. It looks so much like the fractal, what we saw before. And we nailed this one. That last one went up 600% gains. So anyway, and no guarantees, this might dump all the way to the downside and turn into nothing. Could be a zero project. Anything is possible in trading. You have to remember that. Anything is possible. Okay. FCON getting legs already there. I was looking at RLC recently. That was on my radar too as well. RLC. See what it did. I don't mind being wrong. See, that's the beauty of coming out every single day. You're going to be right. You're going to be wrong. If you play the probabilities, hopefully you're just right more than you're wrong. And that is what it is, right? Still could be an inverted head and shoulder. Like, it doesn't really change the overall structure. The overall structure of it there doesn't change. RLC, right? Aggressive entry would have been there. That's why we call it aggressive entry. Still possibly not stopped out if we use the proper, support or resistance region. Very oversold in the 4 hour. I'm still expecting a bounce out of this. Like, this is still on my radar for a move. So a lot of things that were ready to go, they just took a slight smidge down, but then they still look ready to go. Doesn't really change the analysis. Nothing has really changed. Still would be an aggressive entry there on RLC. It's interesting. And why? Well, the daily really wants to pop for you. It's flatlining, and you have some divergence there, even there on the indicator. Still watching RLC. Just no reason not to, RPC, no, RLC, yeah, I was about to say, why am I saying RPC? Still a little under the weather today, too. Just got this allergy. It's got my nose a little, just a little stooped up. Something happens every once in a while, like I copy the wrong or something doesn't copy over. Here we go. Tends to be a different one, but I need to buy this watch right here. Look, fix my $1,600. So this is the watch I need to get. Official. 102 a month with a firm. Look, official. All right. Someone just sent this to me from the trading group. Oh, there it's got the crest too, though. Okay. Wow. What? It like opens up 3 ways? Interesting. Wow, that's official. That's no joke. So his friend, oh, so Waltham, yeah, Waltham, Mass. These are from Massachusetts, man. That's crazy. So, dude, we already went through, we did so much today on this live stream. We showed you how we hit a gain. We walked you back through the gain using the replay tool. So we showed you how to use the replay tool, number one, which you may not even known existed. So we showed you how to commission awesome techniques out of TradingView. Bang, bang, bang. We went over a bunch of different ideas, right, for a bunch of different coins. We showed you where there may be strength in the market, right, based on what it's holding. We talked about S&P mini futures. We're going to look at the Dow Jones as well. We looked at the dollar index. What a thorough day today was beautiful. If every single live stream goes as well as today, focused with the energy, ready to go, exciting times. Very exciting times. So the Do Kwon saga continues. Interpool might issue red notice to capture Do Kwon. So the Do Kwon saga continues. You know what I mean? It's not over yet, which is crazy, right? I'm interested. You might be interested. So last week, Kwon took to Twitter to proclaim he was not on the run and would cooperate with official investigations. Yesterday, South Korea officials claimed he was obviously on the run. Now, South Korea prosecutors asked Interpol to issue a red notice against Do Kwon. With Kwon's current location still unknown, his passport being voided, a red notice is the final mechanism available to Interpol in the mission to locate and extradite Kwon to South Korea to stand trial. Dang. Bandai Namco, Sega, among gaming giants eyeing blockchain gaming. I mean, why not, right? Hot on the heels of last week's hype around Riot Games entering blockchain gaming, now comes the news that Bandai Namco, Sega, and Square Enix are now not just jumping into the crypto bandwagon, but have a long-term vision for blockchain gaming. They're some of the largest names in the video gaming globally. These companies aim not just to be part of the blockchain gaming, but to forge and shape its future through their own vision. I mean, that's insane, right? This infusion of traditional gaming talent will infuse blockchain gaming with much needed quality, especially regarding the enjoyability of games, which many current GameFi titles lack. Yeah, because they understand blockchain, but they just slap up some random whack game that really doesn't like bring you into Web 3.0, you know? ETH link restored after Ethereum name service wins injunction against GoDaddy. The company behind Web3 domain service and Virgil Griffiths sued GoDaddy earlier this month, alleging the domain registered platform falsely announced ETH.link had expired and then sold it to a third party. The website for the Ethereum name service, which is behind all web addresses they end with the .eth used across the Ethereum community, is back online after losing its domain name to a third party this year. Is back online. Wow. ETH.link functioned as a critical bridge that allowed users with Web3 enabled internet browsers to access ETH addresses. ENS had around 2 million domain name registered as of August 17th. I have cryptolifer.eth and my name.eth. I made them a long time ago. I have forgotten even how to log in. I've completely forgotten. I'd have to go back in and figure all that out. But I do have 2 domains with unstoppable domains or whatever you want to call it, right? Yeah. So that's the news kind of going on. You know, FOMC, right, is continuing to trend today due to the anticipation of the Fed meeting. Right, this Wednesday, another high volatility event. Speculation is running high on what the interest rate hike will be. Current consensus of the opinion will be 7.5 or 100 basis points, with roughly 80% expecting 75 basis point rise. There's a growing number of people with the opinion that they hope for a 100-point rise to tackle the inflation problem more aggressively. Yikes. Ethereum is number one trending crypto right now, brought on from the fallout speculation after the merge. Most tweets are either the usual FUD, hopium, or predictions. Consensus is truly mixed, but one thing is clear. Ethereum is on everybody's mind. And Bitcoin crash. Mostly a hashtag with the memes and funny anecdotes. Bitcoin crash is trending following the weekend negative price action. So not a lot of hot coins going on. It's Monday, False Move Monday. Be careful. I try to keep you aware and ready in case anything could be coming your way. All right. And that's the markets in a bit of a nutshell today, 11:21. Let's get back into Bitcoin and see what's happening as we move forward at the speed of light. 19,238. Bitcoin getting a nice bounce back above 19K. Can it get back into the pattern is the question. This could be a bear trap, and my 22-hour may end up playing out. We may get all the way back up here to the top of the channel. They just made a quick bear trap, brought us back down. Liquidity grab. Great place to nibble on some Bitcoin. Get it up below 19,000. Maybe your last chance. You never know. Okay. Little bit of bullish divergence here. Swing down on the 4-hour time frame. But this swings down not half as sharp. I'm an expert when it comes to my Class B divergence, Class C. That is Class B and a half divergence right there. We will expect a bounce. Can we get back inside the pattern is the question. Just like the S&P that can't get it back above 3,900. I want to see us get back inside. We did wick in, but we could not stay in. Overbought on the 1-hour time frame. Overbought on the 15, right? So it's crucial that Bitcoin gets back inside my pattern. This is the bottom trend line that we did break. Remember, we have heavy resistance now at 19,300. Why? Because 19,300 was the weekly support and resistance levels that we could not break, that we did anyway. All right. You can even see a divergence here on the 15-minute. Let me show you what I'm talking about when I zoom in here and get into the nitty gritty. This is a swing down here. That is a swing to the upside there. That is a bullish divergence that we did bounce from for Bitcoin. However, we are getting rejected. I'd love to see us hang out and get back inside the channel and stay inside. So this trend line is key. Can we get back inside the pattern and continue to the upside like I've been suggesting for the last few days? This bullish divergence has kicked in. We did get a bounce almost all the way back to where we were to start the night before the massive dump back to the downside. So quite interesting. The bulls have stepped in and bought into Bitcoin. And again, that's the dollar hitting that top. If the dollar continues to dump, Bitcoin will continue to pump back inside the pattern in some good graces. Let's take a look at the 15 overbought though. So look, we're getting rejected. When in doubt, you have to flag this out. Can we make this falling wedge that could break us back to the upside? That is your move. Touching the 21-day moving average, staying above this high volume node at 18,800. Again, if Bitcoin can stay above 18,800, that's okay. You know, we're going to go from there. This is our next area that you do not want to go below. You go lower than this here. So we need a bounce off here or here to remain bullish. 21-day moving average coming for Bitcoin. Let's get back into BOOKMAP to see what's happening to the order book. And when we look at the order book in all its integrity, in all its entirety too, integrity and entirety, you can see they're still holding more liquidity up here at this 19,500 sell-off. However, it is a big sell wall. We hit that, we will bounce lower. And 18,009 is kind of a bounce zone too. We see long liquidations right now, 60,000 and 7,000 in long liquidations. So, but we do see a little more liquidity. When we bring this down, it's pretty balanced, but we see a bigger chunk up here than we see down here. The heat is also bigger. So follow the heat map. It's redder at the top than it is at the bottom here. Possible chance for some moves to the upside here for Bitcoin. Now, I wouldn't be trading viciously on these ideas, but I am just waiting for support and resistance to hold, finding out where the zone is, and waiting for the volatility to subside. I told you there would be heavy volatility. The fact that we dipped all the way down on that cumulative volume delta, bounced back up, insanity. So the volatility was real. It was fast and furious. Now we want to see if Bitcoin can stay inside this flag, or is it going to dump? And again, like a Monday, we could dump all the way back down, give it back, and continue to dump now. Anything is possible. Let's see if in the next few hours we can hold 19,000, right? We go from there. We do that. We hold 19,000, things begin to change. We find out this was a bear trap, right? They got a lot of people down here soaked and wet, and they bring us right back up into the pattern because you know what? Their idea was to possibly bring us back up inside the pattern. So the whole time they're like, oh, we're going here, but we don't want to take everybody with us. So it's almost like shaking like flies off of like a, you're shaking the animal, you're shaking like insects off of something. Like they're trying to hold on and they're just going to shake you right off, bring you back up to the upside. I'm not guaranteeing that we're going up here. I'm just saying the daily, the 4-hour, the 22-hour, they all want to bounce back up. And if we stay above this trend line, it's likely you head to the top trend line. Did they bear trap us? There's a chance that this was a bear trap. We're going to find out in the next few hours if we get a bearish retest. Now, we could also be bearishly retesting this trend line right now, this area of liquidity. We're trying to get back in. We can't. We bearishly retest right to the downside, and that's all this was a bearish retest. The 1-hour and the 15-minute do not look good. They're both overbought for a dump to the downside. Let's hope they just go sideways and make a bit of a flag. That would be the most bullish scenario. And then we can get back into the 4-hour, the daily, and the 22-hour, and we'll go from there. And that's why you have to keep a head about you. Because if you're just all bearish or all bullish, there's no way you could react to the situation properly with a good head on your shoulders, right? And that's why I take a step away on Sunday nights into Monday morning. And I say this to my trading group every single week. How many people listen? I do not know. But, worst time to trade is Sunday night into Monday morning. Unless you're scalping quick moves after you watch, like if you know what's going on. If you're an expert trader and you've been looking at this for a long time and you can understand that that was a divergence, and you played this divergence pump, which we did identify the divergence here. And, you know, but I'm just saying, there's no guarantees, and you got to be easy, baby. But so far, so good. We did bounce off the divergence. A lot has been established. Also, I like what I'm seeing with the dollar index. Looks like it could dump and give us some hope for another move for Bitcoin. So, and a short squeeze could be on the mend. I'd love to see Bitcoin get back up to 19,800. That would be a blessing. If we close candles in the 4-hour or the daily above 19,300, that, I'm telling you right now, is weekly support and resistance. Like, it's so crucial we stay above 19,300 to really, you know, that's going to be a crucial move. All right. Did total make it back above the 200? Let's take a look at that. The 200 simple on the weekly. That's a very interesting thing to think about. I don't think it did, but let's take a look here. It's trying to. It attempted to. Wow, look at the wick action, though. Look at that buy action. I mean, that's huge wickage. This is also a giant double bottom here on the total market cap on the weekly. I remain open-minded. People are like, oh, he's a bull, he's a bear. No, I remain open-minded. We could go up, we could go down. So many people are guaranteeing a dump. I don't know. That's the only difference between me. I'm not guaranteeing a dump. I'm saying I don't know. I'm willing to be like, you know, I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. I do know we need to get back above the 200 simple to remain bullish, even slightly. Price action has to get back above this yellow line. Watch this yourself. I would keep this kind of, you know, if you're not going to watch YouTube all the time or you're not in the trading group, but set this up, and every few days I would check on this. We get back above it, you have a likelihood that we can actually, you know, scrape our way back up. 892 billion. This is the entire market cap of all of cryptocurrency. We lose this flag, which is like, you know, so far it is because we're below. That takes you all the way back down to $324 billion. Not a good look for the total market cap, right? That's a lot of money getting erased. $500 billion would just disappear out of the market. Pretty crazy. Still holding 892, pretty solid move, but, you know, we still have yet to make a lower low. We're still holding a higher low. So low, high, higher low. We got to put in a higher high. At the end of the day, on the weekly, we must go back and hold a weekly candle. So a weekly candle must close in the next, I don't know, 5 to 6 weeks above $1.15 trillion to remain bullish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks, yeah. We get rejected by there. So a lot can happen. You got to stay open-minded, and we'll check on this every few days. This is the total market cap of all of cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin dominance. All right, you want to take a look at Bitcoin dominance when you can. Why? Well, as much as people don't realize, it does have a pretty good play in the market. It can give you some good insight. Shout out to the 674 people on the live, 619 likes. Thank you so much for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. So we got the pump that we were saying, can the Bitcoin dominance break to the upside? It's like, I'll delete all my work because I know it's insane. So look, we got a double bottom that we talked about. All right, so that's the first thing we want to kind of redraw back. We got a double bottom. However, we're battling a POC that we can't get above. Okay. Weekly does want to pump back to the upside. This pump's hard. The altcoins are going to bleed. You do not want to see Bitcoin dominance pumping this hard. Altcoins will bleed. Weekly suggests that the altcoins will bleed. So just be careful here. Bitcoin dominance pumps back to the upside. Also, a lot of times when Bitcoin dominance pumps, it has bought a pretty good move for Bitcoin. Could pump Bitcoin back into the $23,000, $24,000 area. There's a chance. So that's a double bottom, and the weekly's pointing to the upside. Nice and neat, right? And you can see this coincides. Let me show you here. With this range here, this resistance right there. Weekly looking really nice for Bitcoin dominance. Daily's a little high with a double top. It's a really good sign. Can we get some movement for the altcoins just for now? So right there, that's a top. And we're getting, you know, a push down. We could bounce here too, but so looking for a move to the downside for Bitcoin dominance on the daily time frame. 22 hour has a little more legs in it. I can almost say we're in this then. 1 hour spent, 4 hour wants to move, and yeah, well, now you can really see the pattern. See how once you zoom in, you see so much more detail? Zooming in will change the game for you. It really will. So let me just give you insight into my brain. That's really what this show is. You're just getting a piece of my brain while I go through this stuff. So Bitcoin dominance attempting to pump on the 4-hour time frame. It's a good sign for Bitcoin that Bitcoin may take the cake here. Not a good sign for your altcoins. Watch your altcoins, baby. Watch your altcoins struggling. Okay. But Bitcoin staying above 19,000 and staying flat. We want to see this flag continue. This is it. You want to see this continue in a flag and pump back up. It's really crucial Bitcoin gets back inside this pattern. Doesn't bearishly retest it. The next 2-3 hours are going to tell you a lot of where we're going this week. If we get back above here, we could boom up. We could price in, right? We could price in the rate hike and get right back up here to 21,800. From there, we'll go from there. Like at that point, you know, like this has been the battle. Can this pattern break back to the upside? And can they not fake us out? And can we stay on the market maker no matter how much time he tries to throw us off his trail? Can we sniff him out and get to where we need to go? And that's what this show is all about. Not just technical analysis, because you need to know more than TA. You need to understand predicament trading. You need to understand where the liquidity lies. You need to understand like what the market maker is trying to do. What is his true plan for you? What does he really want? You know, where is he or her? Where are they trying to go? Look at our Bitcoin all-time history index. And what I'm looking at here is another thing I was looking at was like this funny falling wedge that like keeps getting respected. Can you break back inside and then that will still break to the upside? Just, you know, these are just weird concepts that I've been playing with. Still a giant double bottom too as well. With a measured move like we were saying last night, all the way to 31K. And again, because I'm just showing bullishness during a bearish day does not make me a bull, a perma bull. I'm just showing you that this is a double bottom. Like any technical analyst would say, okay, he's correct in that sense. That is a double bottom for now. And honestly, this is a bit of a double bottom here too, which would break you up and then even further to here. Because you would have to take this measured move and swing that to the middle part. Actually take you to about 26.5. So, and again, we could break below 93 and bounce back to, and I'm bearish and bullish at the same time every single day. I just pray the probability. So I could look at a chart and I could be like, you know what? It looks some bearish, it looks some bullish, right? And I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know over here, you know? And whatever probability, I look at every single thing, and if one tiny thing pushes me more in one direction than the other, then there you go. All right, right now, so far, I'd have to say this is a bearish retest. Like we're bearishly retesting the bottom of this pattern. Right? This is just like until we get back inside. 4 hours suggest that we're definitely getting back inside, but anything is possible. You know, you can't say definitely when trading. You can say this is definitely a falling wedge that breaks up 68% of the time, though. And then you can say that this is a bit of divergence here. And it's stronger on the 1 hour than it is. And that could get you a bounce. So falling wedges break up 68% of the time. Can we get back inside the pattern is the question. And that's kind of where we stand for Bitcoin. Nice and easy. Like, and then you can say, well, if we can't get back above 20,500, short the market too. That's another place of heavy resistance. But I want to see us break back inside this pattern. We break back inside the pattern. There's a very likelihood we come up to here, 21,008, like I've been saying all along. That's also your next big resistance point. I don't know when my VRVP disappeared, but that's also lines up with VRVP areas. See right here and right here, a little bit below, but they're pretty much a bounce off that would take you up into 21.5 area, right? And then maybe a little push up to the top of the pattern. So you can kind of see my reasoning here for what we're doing. And if what happens if we bearishly retest, and we don't get back into Bitcoin, back up in here, then
we're in this, you can see the pattern we're in, and we're going to head back down to the bottom of the pattern. And that would take you to about 17,800. Do we see any area that, yeah, and that's like our last little leg to stand on right there where these candles closed. Uncannily, okay. So I'm ready for anything, and I'll keep you updated in the trading group. And that's why people join the trading group, because every 2 to 3 hours, I'm going to be like, well, listen, we did, you know, right now, that's a bear. Right now, we just got bearishly retested. We're falling down. And then you be like, well, and how do I handle it? By watching this flag. This flag just completely tends to dump. And again, right now, that's a short. You're at resistance, and you're pointing to the downside. Okay? But again, it's False Move Monday. You have a lot of volatility going on. Be careful. They just shredded everyone down here, brought us right back up. Look, they liquidated a lot of people recently. So I stay patient and just wait. I just want to see if we get rejected or not. If we get rejected, we come back down here. I'm going to start to look for bear flags and bearish ideas and keep a short going. If we don't, I'm going to change my tune and begin to long from the bottom of the pattern. And this whole thing is going to tell me in the next 2 to 3 hours. I do not have to make a move yet. Okay? You don't have to force a trade every single day of your life. You don't have to be in a trade every single day of your life. You take it one step at a time. You take it easy. You take it easy over here, eh? All right? Don't force things. Forcing things is how you lose your portfolio. Okay? I grow Blue Lake 42S. I don't know what that means. Nice. I didn't plan enough this year. Super chats, FRR, KMA, and XVG. Well, we went over FRR already. Someone asked for KMA, which is calamari, if I remember correctly. Calamara. Let's take a look at calamari. And so dry without the tunes, right? Calamari has that shoulder, head, and shoulder. You see it there, right? Daily wants to push to the upside. It's at your bottom. It's double bottoming. Kind of broke out, retested that trend, right? Messy. Liquidity is a little off too because the candles aren't full. Daily wants to break back up to this, you know, high volume node there. It is double bottoming. This project could turn into zero. Like, I mean, a lot of these are just like they came out at the time to support an ecosystem and they really just never went anywhere. I think calamari is one of them. This is very close to you know, a poop coin, you know, in my humble opinion. Daily does want to push continuously. 3 days ready, 4 day. All right, it's all the time frames attempting to reset. But like, who knows about this? How much liquidity is in there? It is double bottoming, but it is what it is, you know. I put it back, babe. I don't know. Calamari is not amazing, you know. We'll see. Did you guys miss me when I was gone? Did anyone have did you guys hyperventilate? Did anyone stop breathing? I can't say stuff. Let's take a look at the super chats. What else is coming at us on the super chats? I already super chat. Just love the lifer. Thank you so much. Great advice today. Appreciate it. Shout out to Crypto Rambler, man. Anytime. Sam, we missed you. Thank you. I miss you every day, Sam. I miss you too, Rodney. We can't spoon, though. All right. FRR, not today. Let's take a look at XVG. I know you want to, but... Let's take a look at this falling wedge. Bouncing off the 786 Fibonacci level. XVG, Verge coin. I can't believe you're talking about Verge, like of all coins. This is one of the first coins I ever traded. Me and my wife, Verge, man. It's so funny. Then they got the, remember, I don't even want to say it, but they got the partnership. That was insane. They have a huge partnership coming, and then when they announced it, it was like, really? Are you serious? Verge could bounce. It looks good in the 4-hour time frame. Looks good in the daily. Whole market would have to rip. I'm not interested in trading Verge anymore. I think there's so many better, like more popular coins with better liquidity. Like I'd rather trade like Link 3S and 3L or something. But I mean, Verge looks like it could bounce to the upside. Possible gains of about 32%, almost 33%. It is bouncing off of like a 786, and it's in a falling wedge with oversold daily. I'm not into it though. But hey, great advice today. Appreciate it. Shout out to the Crypto Rambler for the $5 super chat. Much appreciated to you and yours. FRR and we just looked at FRR. I looked at it earlier today. This is my baby. Front row. Up a little bit, 3%, but this is a bigger idea. This is like, hold this 4 or 5 days, see if this, I mean, wow. Again, you got to figure out if this fits your trading style. It looks just like this fractal that popped recently. 600% gains for Pastel. That would be interesting if this just kept it going. Okay, amazing learning today. HBAR, please. Much love in advance. Big thank you. Let's take a look at HBAR. Hedera hash graph, right? Which has been on the radar. And it's got like it's been trending on Twitter and all sorts of fun stuff. It had a huge pump initially. Thought it could continue for 14%. Didn't even get that. So it attempted the double bottom, but it made a lower low now. I mean, that's interesting. It made a lower low with this Bitcoin move. Bitcoin did not make a lower low, but this did. HBAR did. Broke out, broke back in, attempting a double bottom. Daily wants to move. I never liked this coin at all for any reason. People got all hyped about it, and it just like, I don't know. I never made this a long-term hold, and I'm not like a fan of it for whatever reason. And the reason is because I went and met Charles Hawkinson, and I asked him about this coin, and he told me that it was like a corporate scum coin and to stay away from it. So Charles told me to be careful with HBAR. He told me it will never be decentralized, and it's something to be just watched. So that's what Charles said again, and I don't want to hold him to that and like start a war with HBAR, but you know, he told me to be careful. And he told me that it really wasn't a decentralized project. But again, that was like 3 or 4 years ago when I was at a meeting in New York City and Charles was there, and I asked him, I said, what about coins like HBAR that are using other types of theories and, you know, and he was like, well, that's not really a decentralized project. That's what he said, you know. BRISE was on the radar. Let's take a look at what BRISE did. It's so annoying to look at BRISE because it has that huge wick, so it always plays this game. So we've been watching BRISE closely here on the 22-hour time frame. I said I wouldn't be surprised if it maybe came back down to the support level at 4964. Looks like it did that and then bounced. See, really close off the 200-day moving average. I've been watching it. I mean, it's getting up there now on the 22. Still very oversold on the daily. Very. In a bit of a cup and handle. Waiting on BRISE. Taking all day. It was hot. Remember, it was like the most searched coin like just 5 or 6 days ago. And it had a bit of a run for a while. Possibly gains of 196%. If Bitcoin can get back inside the zone and stay aligned, then this coin can. If Bitcoin dumps and gets rejected, most things are going to bang. You know, Bitcoin's still rejected here. 1 hour's overbought. We're likely to see that move, so we're just going to continue to watch Bitcoin inside of this flag that I have drawn. I always forget where I have the flags drawn. There you go. So we're just going to watch this flag on the 15. And look, coming back down and staying in the flag, it's a good sign. Really, really important. Bitcoin gets back inside this pattern, and this was a bear trap. All right. Very likely it was, and a lot of people got rocked and wrecked, and they shorted this because they freaked everybody out. Oh, we're going all the way to 16K. You know how many people just jumped on that short thinking they were going to short all the way? It did look like a massive, it looked scary last night. If you told me we'd be back above 19K this morning, I mean, I guess I'd believe you because of volatility on a Sunday into Monday, you know? So it does happen. Pretty out of control. All right. So everyone, that's Bitcoin in a nutshell. I think we went over so many things today. I'm excited. You're excited. Any more super chats to get at? Let me know if you're out there. Sam, let's take a look at ETC for a second. I think that's a good idea. Can't hurt to look at Ethereum Classic. Honestly, if Bitcoin bangs, this thing's about to bang. It's in a flag. It pumped up nicely. You can see what Bitcoin's doing, but this thing wants to move. 15-minute. I wouldn't be surprised if this scalped for more right now. And then Bitcoin gets the short squeeze. So possible scalp here for ETC, in my humble opinion. Thank you for that. Quick scalp, though. And again, Bitcoin will have to play ball, and it's high risk. All trades are high risk on Monday. I have to tell my crew that. See, in a trading group, you wouldn't even know Sunday, Monday. You wouldn't even know what days of the week have more volatility. You'd have no clue. Trading groups provide so much information, even if it's subtle like that. Like, you know so many different things, you know, and I'm sorry about my constant typos. Please forgive me. I type so fast. I try to do so many things, but I do always try to fix them immediately after they come out, you know, so. And again, we hit near 3 alpha gains. You got to give us props for hitting gains at 9 o'clock last night. Having the BALZs to put that out there to 800 people as a possible trade idea that they may want to like use as a learning example. And then the next morning, bang, right? Wow, my HBAR chart looks very close to that. Kept me safe. Your skills are being passed on to me very quickly. Amazing. Blessed to be here. Everyone just joined the 99. Don't wait. Real deal. Change your life. Thank you for saying that, man. I appreciate that. Ethereum Classic is now the only remaining layer 1 programmable on the base layer. Just info. I mean, that's a pretty good idea. Sam, you're the best. Thanks for all you do. Learning lots from you each and every day. Shout out to Cozy Bear. That's funny with the bear, B-A-R-E, Cozy Bear B. You're funny, man. Super chats all clear. Shout out to East Jordan. Shout out to CC Ireland. Shout out to my whole team. Shout out to everybody here in the game. Shout out to the Blue Crew, Gregory the Sniper, East Jordan, CNC Ireland, Rodney Robinson, the real dad bod sock guy. All right? You should just be the sock guy, man. You should just be selling. It should be all about socks. Socks. Focus on one thing and make a bunch of money. If you focus on socks and all you think about socks and it's socks, socks will become your life. You have so much money pouring out your ears over socks. You won't have any time for anything else. You'll be the sock guy. Rodney Robinson, the sock man. Crypto Life Changer. Anku Kutsi Butsu, my man. Gregory the Sniper. Anku, if I don't answer you in Discord, it's because I'm just lethargically lackluster. And I'm like, a lot of times the market has just beat me down. And then even answering a DM is like, it feels like I have to like pick up 1,000 weights. Even though I know it's you, sometimes I'm just like, I see it and I'm like, and I'm just exhausted. So just know that I'm exhausted a lot. Crypto Wifer, I missed you. Shout out to Crypto Wifer. Shout out to everybody here. You'll see me upstairs, babe. Don't worry. It'll be okay. Everyone, thank you so much for being here. I'm going to leave a little 10-minute shot, which I normally don't do. But I want to eat something. I don't feel too well. So I'm going to take it easy. I'm going to take it easy, make sure my body recovers. This guy says, bro, my mom is going to sign up soon. She's Virginia Mac on YouTube. Haha, keep an eye out, man. She loves you. She's not even worried Bitcoin dipped about her entry because she knows to buy the dips. She only put in 10% and she's building the position for a hodl and she's ready for anything. You're a boss, dude. Thank you. Have a blessed week, man. Yo, that's so cool. But people join with their parents. I mean, I've never seen anything like that. Usually parents are like, what kind of trading group is this? Stay away from it. You know what I mean? People join with I've had a father tell his son to join the trading group. When a father told his son to join the trading group, I knew I was doing the right thing. Shout out to each and every one of you. Thank you for coming on in. Everybody, please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications so you can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing, baby. And, you know, as we go through this life, and remember, just thinking recently, I'm 40 years old. From 20 to 40 went by pretty fast. 40 to 60 is going to go by pretty fast for me as well. I will be a 60-year-old man not too long from now. Look at me old. Someone did one of those. Someone make one of the old pictures and post it on Twitter. I'd greatly appreciate it. And with that being said, let's leave one last thing. Are you phased? Are you phased by the Bitcoin dip? or are you happy to buy more? I am the latter. Is that how you say that? The latter? I am the latter. I need some grammar help. Bang. All right. So are you fazed by the Bitcoin dip, or are you happy to buy more? I am the latter. Send now. Appreciate that. We are streaming on Twitter right now, just so you know. And thank you to everyone. 8,000 followers on Twitter. Greatly appreciate that. We did breach the 8,000. On our way to 10,000 followers on Twitter. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for each and every one of you for doing that. Everyone, please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. We have our levels to watch. I'm going to keep everyone updated in the trading group. We hit gains last night despite the market near 3L. Thank you for saving us. You know, Luna, C, somehow still held its zone. And everyone, have a wonderful day. Remember, your life is fast. It's going to go by like this. Enjoy each and every moment that you have. Don't spend time being frustrated. Don't spend time being upset. You only have so much time on this earth. Make the most of it. Cherish it. And be grateful for every single breath that you can take. I love you all. Have a great morning. Have a great afternoon. Wherever you are in the world, please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. And remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Crypto is life.
Wanna move my feet, wanna drop my one.